It's the governor. What's going on, y'all? Today is March the 7th. We're here today to bring you to submit to a master lesson. Y'all seen the journey that we went on to give you or to receive this message and to be able to bring it to you today. So, shout out first and foremost to Jerry Brown, Man Up Worldwide. A father's presence is priceless. I don't know if you can see the hoodie, but shout out to them. Again, a father is priceless. Shout out to them. Jerry Brown, Man Up Worldwide. So today, the lesson we're going to be bringing to you today is going to be a 3-part lesson. It's going to be called Submit to a Master. So what do we mean by submit to a master? Well, there's a line. Shout out to Electronica for the line. And it is called, if you want to be a master in life, you must submit to a master. And so to be a master in life, we equate master. We have the definition here. Let's get that definition pulled up. As a master is defined by Webster as a man who has people working for him, especially servants and slaves, a man in charge of an organization or a group. That's the noun. Adjective being having or showing great skill or proficiency, main or principle. And the verb to master is to acquire complete knowledge or skill, gain control, or overcome. So when we talk about a master, we're going to be equating mastery with greatness and kingship. Okay? So to become a master, you have to first submit to a master. So we know to become, or what does it mean to be a master? A master is a great one, a legend, a king, an OG. And we'll see later on that the master is also the queen. And so, how do we find a master? Well, to find a master, you got to be on a journey. And as you go on the journey, the master will reveal themselves. And then that's where it comes down to humility of the pupil or the journeyman or the player, young person, young man. We're speaking in the context, of course, I think with the big head here. So when the pupil, the player, the young man is on the journey or on their journey, the master will reveal themselves. And then that's when the humility upon the pupil, player, the young man falls upon them to be able to, one, act in a way that catches the eye of the master, but then humble themselves to ask for the tutelage, the acceptance of the master. When you're on that journey, doing what it is that brings out the best in you, or doing what you feel like is the best of you, that journey in finding who you are or where you're going, that master, that person will reveal themselves. And when they reveal themselves, it's recognizing who they are and then recognizing the sacrifice that the person must take to undergo the tutelage of the master. And we might want to just go ahead and see, what does the master provide? The master provides correction, direction, and motivation. And so on the travel or on the journey to greatness, those are things that the player has to take on to themselves to get to that level, to get to kingship, a man going from a man to a king. He's going to need those three things. He's going to need correction. He's going to need direction. He's going to need motivation. And the master gives that to them. And in the upcoming lessons, we're going to talk about how these things functionally work. Now, let me bring some clarity to the principle. The principle is to be a master, to be great, to be a king in life. One must submit to a master. The clarity in this concept, and again, that comes from Electronica, the clarity we're going to take from Drake. And the clarity comes in this. These days, the times that we're living in now, fame is disconnected from greatness. And that's the clarity jewel that you're going to need moving forward to really wrap your mind around the lessons and how you can apply them in life. And the reason why this is important is because we live in a day and age where everything is about fame. Everything is about how many people know you or like you. But do they know you or like you for your purpose? Are you selling yourself for likes and fame? Because fame and greatness, two different things. Greatness comes with longevity. Fame is fleeting. You're not, in the sense of when you're on the road to greatness, fame comes, but fame is not what you're seeking. Greatness is what you're seeking. When you're on the road to greatness, you develop something called a name. You make a name for yourself. That name, in the process of making it and living through it, fame will come. But that's different than just living for fame, living to garner attention. We live in times where people do everything to garner attention, but they're not being great at nothing or great at anything. They're not necessarily being great at garnering attention, because for greatness to set in, there's other principles that has to be in play. And we're going to talk about them in the mountaintop lesson, which is the final lesson, to submit to a master. But we're gonna delve deeper in the next two lessons on what it means to submit to a master in life so that you can become a master in life. With that, power up.